Prayer versus flesh is a concept that highlights the spiritual battle that takes place within an individual when they engage in prayer. Now, prayer is simply communicating with God, and it has the power to transform and renew one's life. The struggle between prayer and the flesh refers to the conflict between the spiritual desires and intentions of a person, presented by prayer, and their earthly or worldly desires, represented by the flesh. When you begin to pray, your flesh may start to struggle. The flesh, in this context, refers to the human nature that is inclined towards selfish desires, worldly temptations, and sinful behaviors. It represents the carnal aspects of human existence that are at odds with spiritual growth and connection with a higher power. The struggle of the flesh during prayer arises because prayer is seen as a transformative act that requires surrendering one's own will and desires to God. It involves seeking guidance, strength, and alignment with the divine. By engaging in prayer, individuals acknowledge their dependence on God and invite His presence and intervention in their lives. As the act of prayer involves focusing on spiritual matters and seeking a deeper connection with God, it naturally brings about a conflict with the desires of the flesh. The flesh resists this surrender and change, as it prefers to maintain control and pursue worldly pleasures rather than seeking a higher purpose. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 17 states, "Pray without ceasing." It encourages believers to make prayer a continuous and habitual practice. By praying without ceasing, individuals are urged to maintain an ongoing connection with God, seeking His guidance, provision, and transformation in every aspect of life. The idea behind praying without ceasing is that a consistent and dedicated prayer life can bring about profound changes in a person's thoughts, attitudes, and actions. It helps to align one's will with God's will and enables individuals to live according to His purpose. Through prayer, believers find strength to overcome the struggles of the flesh and experience spiritual growth. When you commit to a consistent practice of prayer, you will likely experience a dynamic interplay between prayer and the flesh. Here are a few key points to consider. 1. Prayer as a transformative act. Prayer is not merely a religious ritual or a way to ask for things. It is a powerful means of transformation. Through prayer, you engage in a personal and intimate conversation with a higher power, seeking guidance, wisdom, and strength. As you open yourself up to divine influence, your perspective, attitudes, and actions can gradually change. 2. The struggle of the flesh. The flesh represents the human nature that is prone to self-centered desires, pride, and worldly temptations. It seeks instant gratification. And may resist the transformative power of prayer. When you begin to pray sincerely and consistently, you may encounter resistance from your fleshly desires. The struggle can manifest as distractions, doubts, and a tug of war between your spiritual aspirations and the allure of worldly pleasures. 3. Prayer is the death of the flesh. Prayer challenges the dominance of the flesh in your life. It requires surrendering your own will and desires to a higher authority. In this process, the fleshly desires and tendencies are gradually diminished as you seek alignment with God's will. The more you engage in prayer, the more you invite the death of the flesh and the birth of a transformed spiritual life. 4. Spiritual growth through prayer. As you persevere in prayer and overcome the struggles of the flesh, you will experience spiritual growth. Prayer helps you cultivate qualities such as faith, humility, gratitude, and love. It deepens your connection with the divine, allowing you to tap into a source of wisdom, peace, and strength that goes beyond your own limited abilities. 5. Prayer as a continuous practice. The instruction to pray without ceasing emphasizes the importance of maintaining a consistent and ongoing prayer life. It is not about constantly uttering words, but rather cultivating a mindset of constant awareness of God's presence and an attitude of dependence on Him throughout your day-to-day activities. By integrating prayer into your daily life, you can experience a continuous transformation of your thoughts, actions, and character. As you continue your journey of exploring the concept of prayer versus flesh, it's essential to remember that this struggle is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. Spiritual growth and transformation through prayer are not achieved overnight. Rather, they require dedication, perseverance, and an open heart to allow the divine to work within you. During your prayerful moments, you may encounter times of doubt, distraction, or feelings of inadequacy. It's important to recognize that these struggles are natural and part of the human experience. The key is to remain steadfast in your commitment to prayer and continue seeking a deeper connection with God, even during the moments when your flesh resists. As we embrace prayer as a means to overcome the struggles of the flesh, we open ourselves to profound spiritual growth and a renewed sense of purpose. By heeding the call to pray without ceasing, we embark on a continuous journey of transformation that can shape every aspect of our lives. In addition to personal prayer, engaging in a community of like-minded individuals who also seek spiritual growth can be beneficial. Surrounding yourself with others who understand the importance of the struggle between prayer and the flesh can provide support, encouragement, and shared insights that further enrich your spiritual journey. As you delve deeper into your prayer life, you may also discover the power of meditative practices. Meditation can help quiet the noise of the fleshly desires, allowing you to attain a state of stillness and inner peace. In this space of tranquility, you can better listen to the divine guidance and connect with the deeper aspects of your spirituality. Furthermore, reflecting on scripture and other sacred texts can provide wisdom and inspiration in navigating the prayer versus flesh struggle. Many spiritual teachings offer guidance on overcoming the temptations of the flesh and growing in alignment with a higher purpose. Remember, the struggle between prayer and the flesh is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it signifies the earnestness of your desire for spiritual growth. Embrace the struggle with compassion and self-acceptance, knowing that it is through these challenges that true transformation occurs. As you progress in your journey, you may come to realize that the struggle between prayer and the flesh is not an adversarial relationship, but rather a path to integration. By allowing prayer to influence your thoughts, actions, and decisions, you can find a harmonious balance between your spiritual aspirations and your earthly existence. Ultimately, the concept of prayer versus flesh reminds us of the transformative potential that lies within each moment of prayer. It calls us to be mindful of the ongoing interplay between our spiritual selves and our human nature. Embracing this struggle and dedicating ourselves to a consistent practice of prayer can lead us to a life of deeper purpose, peace, and spiritual fulfillment. In the end, prayer versus flesh reminds us that prayer is not just an act, but a transformative journey an invitation to experience the profound changes that occur when we align our will with God's. It is an invitation to embrace the struggle, overcome the flesh, and allow prayer to shape our lives in remarkable ways. In conclusion, prayer versus flesh offers a profound and enlightening perspective on the transformative power of prayer and the internal struggle individuals face when seeking a deeper spiritual connection. The review highlights the importance of prayer as a means of renewal, guidance, and strength, and it emphasizes that prayer is not merely a religious ritual, but a transformative act that has the potential to reshape one's life.